On a somber spring day, the serene beauty of Pahalgam, a jewel of Jammu and Kashmir, was shattered. April 22, 2025, will forever be etched in India's memory as a day of unspeakable horror. Terrorists, driven by their perverse ideology, struck at the heart of innocence. 26 innocent lives were extinguished in a cowardly attack. Men, women, and children, their dreams and aspirations were brutally cut short. The world watched in horror as the aftermath unfolded. Evidence swiftly pointed to the usual suspects: Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed. These Pakistan-based terror groups, with their insatiable thirst for innocent blood, had once again plunged the region into darkness. India, for too long a target of cross-border terrorism, was left to grieve the loss of its citizens. The nation's collective conscience cried out for justice. The Pahalgam massacre was not just an attack on India, but a blatant assault on humanity itself. It was a stark reminder of the ever-present threat of terrorism that looms large over the world. The world's collective conscience demanded action. India, with resolve in its heart and determination in its eyes, prepared to respond. The time for empty words was over. The time for decisive action had arrived. The Pahalgam attack was a turning point. It stiffened India's resolve to dismantle the infrastructure of terror. The world waited with bated breath to see how India would respond. Little did they know that India was about to unleash Operation Sindoor. In the pre-dawn darkness of May 7, 2025, India unleashed its fury. Operation Sindoor, a testament to India's military might and unwavering resolve, was set in motion. This was not a mere retaliation, but a calculated strike at the very heart of terror. 9 terror camps, 4 nestled deep within Pakistan and 5 in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, were marked for annihilation. The Indian Armed Forces, a formidable force renowned for their valor and precision, were entrusted with carrying out this daring mission. At precisely 1:04 a.m., the roar of fighter jets pierced the silence. The Indian Air Force, with its lethal arsenal of Scalp cruise missiles and Hammer precision bombs, led the charge. These state-of-the-art weapons, launched from within Indian airspace, were meticulously chosen for their accuracy. As the IAF rained down fire and fury, the Indian Navy, a silent guardian in the Arabian Sea, ensured that Pakistan remained in check. Their carrier battle groups, strategically positioned, stood ready to thwart any attempts by Pakistan to escalate the conflict. Meanwhile, on the ground, the Indian Army, ever vigilant and prepared for any eventuality, stood guard, ready to repel any aggression. Operation Sindoor was a meticulously planned symphony of destruction. Each element, perfectly synchronized, played its part. Within a mere 25 minutes, the deed was done. 9 terror camps, symbols of hate and violence, were reduced to rubble. India had struck a decisive blow against terrorism, sending a clear message that its patience had worn thin. Operation Sindoor was not just about brute force, it was a testament to India's technological prowess and strategic brilliance. The Markaz Abbas camp in Kotli, a notorious breeding ground for suicide bombers under the Lee T banner, was obliterated. The Gulpur camp, known for training the terrorists behind the heinous attacks of 2023-24, was reduced to dust. These were not random targets. They were carefully chosen to cripple the operational capabilities of terror outfits operating from across the border. The operation was a testament to India's commitment to dismantling the terror infrastructure that threatened its peace and security. The surgical precision with which these strikes were executed minimized collateral damage, a testament to the skill and professionalism of the Indian Armed Forces. Among the casualties were over 100 terrorists, including high-value targets like Yusuf Azhar, Abdul Malik Rauf, and Mudassir Ahmad, masterminds behind countless acts of terror. Their elimination dealt a significant blow to the morale and operational capacity of these terror outfits. However, victory came at a cost. 5 brave soldiers of the Indian Armed Forces, heroes who laid down their lives in the line of duty, made the ultimate sacrifice. Their sacrifice served as a stark reminder of the very real human cost of terrorism. India mourned their loss, honoring their memory with unwavering respect and gratitude. The nation stood united in grief, acknowledging their selfless dedication to protecting their motherland. Their sacrifice further fueled India's determination to root out terrorism from its soil. Section 4. Pakistan's retaliation and the ceasefire, a fragile peace. Pakistan, reeling from the precision and ferocity of India's attack, retaliated with a barrage of drone and missile strikes. Their targets? 26 Indian sites carefully chosen to inflict maximum damage and instill fear. However, India, ever vigilant and prepared, thwarted each and every one of these attacks. The enemy's attempts to retaliate were met with an impenetrable defense, their aggression effectively neutralized. As tensions escalated, the world held its breath, fearing a full-blown war between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. It was at this critical juncture that the United States, recognizing the gravity of the situation, stepped in to mediate. Then President Donald Trump, in a bid to avert a catastrophic conflict, brokered a ceasefire between India and Pakistan. On May 10, 2025, a fragile peace descended upon the region. However, India, while agreeing to the ceasefire, issued a stern warning. Any violation, any act of terror emanating from Pakistani soil would be considered an act of war and met with a fierce response. The message was clear. India would no longer tolerate being a punching bag for terrorism. The ceasefire, though tenuous, offered a glimmer of hope for peace. However, the path ahead was fraught with challenges. The deep-rooted mistrust and animosity between India and Pakistan, coupled with the ever-present threat of terrorism, cast a long shadow over the prospects of lasting peace. Section 5: Global Echoes, International Reactions and Diplomatic Maneuvering.